Hello, we are back here at Sara Kira's house, and Sara Kira gracefully agreed on continuing giving advice and discussing female dominance. After the first discussion on female dominance a while back, a lot of women emailed me with questions and some telephoned me, wanting more information on female dominance. It is not easy for women to embrace female dominance after decades and centuries of oppression, but a lot of women want to become more dominant, and a lot of men certainly want to be more submissive. So there are some questions that I would like to talk with you about today, Sara, especially around confidence, around negotiation, around teasing, maybe even around chastity. We'll see how far we'll get. How would a woman who is now wanting to learn more about dominance, what could you recommend to her to make it more erotic for her? Women nowadays have a lot of power in jobs and households and so on. That's often not so much the problem. But if she wants to become dominant, erotically dominant for herself and her husband, how could that work the best? What recommendations do you have, Sara?
Well, most women find it difficult to juggle work, home life, children, and a husband, house, commuting to work. And I feel it's very stressful for relationships to schedule that time. But it's necessary for a dominant woman to schedule her time in a way that she allows for erotic time and allows enough time for her to relax and proceed in a way that she can direct their activities, the partner and herself, their activities. And the activities may take a few hours, maybe 4 hours total of preparation, the event of sex, and then the cool down afterwards. So you have to think of it like an exercise and schedule your time in a way that allows for you to completely relax, change, take a shower or a bath. I recommend baths. Yes, so you're totally scented and smooth and clean and feeling sexy and warmed up and putting on a nice robe that's silky and satiny and allowing the garment to structure what you're going to do with your partner by either leaving parts of you open or eroticizing your breasts or having a V towards your crotch or just being sensually gathered at the waist so that you look very goddess-like. So plan in your head for the event to happen, as in I plan for an evening of sex. That's what you want. So you plan the event and you let your partner know in plenty of time that you want an event of sex on Tuesday night. So you get home early from work or schedule for time alone without children, without anybody around, where you can relax in a hot tub of bubbles and your husband comes home and you want him to serve up some wine in a glass on a tray and to bring it to you when you're changed into your robe and relaxing on the bed. And at that time, you can approach sex through a variety of ways. You can have him worship you, or you can have him tied up in some sort of bondage so that he's restricted while he's worshiping you, and he could worship you through kissing or through nibbling at your flesh or through adoring your feet and starting at the feet right up to your top of your head and kissing everything while he's in bondage, which is a challenge to most men. Or you could try taping up his mouth so that you don't hear any of his requests, which are demands at this stage of the game when you're involved in a scene, as in your time, your scheduled time. You don't want to hear anything except, how can I worship you?
That brings up, I would like to do a follow-up here in regard to demands of men. Topping from the bottom, as some people call it, is very common because men are so used to making decisions and making demands regarding sex Now, if a woman is new to female dominance and a little insecure, and the guy, her husband, her boyfriend, is making a clear demand, can you do this to me? Can you do that to me? I want to try golden showers. I want to do this and that. What do you recommend a beginner dominant woman to do to increase her confidence?
In order to learn about all these things, you don't want to hear them for the first time issued from your partner's mouth. You want to be able to listen but not respond. So most of these requests are confronting you in a situation that requires you to be poker face, non-emotional, unreactive.
You may feel a little nervous inside,
Yes,
but you ignore it as best.
you ignore as if your partner is speaking a foreign language. So you look at your partner and you don't respond. You file away what he's saying and think about it later. So you just nod your head and you say, well, right now I want you to kiss my feet. So you, as a dominant woman, deal with the moment. You're wearing a gown, so focus on what you're wearing right now and file away what he told you or asked for the future and use those requests as a future negotiation start. So say he said, I would like to do golden showers at some point tonight. Don't listen. Don't hear that. You don't hear it at all. You just, come over here and kiss my knee and file it in your brain that, oh, this is something I'm going to have to learn about. And go and learn about it. Go read a book about it. Look on the internet under water sports and see what water sports actually involve. And do you want to do it? Then you can make a choice, a decision, an intelligent decision that you can framework with a scenario or a fantasy. So do not pay attention to any demands that minute. Just retain some semblance of poker face and go on with your decision of what you're doing right this second. If he starts saying, oh, I really want to touch you and kiss you, and he starts, you know how men get, where they want to kiss and worship you and it gets a little much, well, put a gag in his mouth. You can use your panties and the panties that he requested, take them, put them right in his mouth. Now you can worship my panties. So, right in his mouth. So gagging is a good way to stop that flow of demands. And as soon as you hear a demand like that, you can immediately bring out something to gag him with, or put the panties in his mouth, or just put a piece of tape across his lips so that you stop the lips from moving and he will remember to keep quiet. This time is allotted for you to come up with your agenda, not for him to start an agenda for you.